mathematical formula. Typically, when I'm vectorizing files, I never use Flexi. I'm not a Flexi guy. I use a program called Vector Magic. It's a dedicated program for taking bitmap files and vectorizing those files. And it's a commercial program, so it has a lot of features that Flexi doesn't have. But Flexi does have the ability to take a bitmap file and convert it into a vector image. So let's do that really quick.
So that the EPS we brought in, pixels doesn't matter. We can pull it as big as we need to, and it's going to keep it.
It is size independent.
Size independent.
You can make this thing the size of a billboard, and it will look just as it's
And it's
working.
EPS.
It's working off of a mathematical formula, so it's So here, I want to do something here. I want to bring. Is there a place here? Import. This one here, I believe it is. Okay. So this is the one that you guys brought in that was really pixelated.
The one that Jimmy's worried about, yes.
Right. Well, we're not going to work with this one at all. But I just want to show you how.
You can see the edges on it.
Oh yeah, it's pretty bad. So.
Yeah.
That's because it's a JPEG?
Not necessarily because it's a JPEG, but that definitely, it's probably a low resolution JPEG. So there are JPEGs that are high resolution. So not only is this a JPEG, the size of this thing is just roughly 5.5 by 5.5. It's a very small, probably low resolution JPEG. They could have pulled from the website, 72 PPI.
Yeah.
But again, most people when they think of JPEGs, they automatically think of low resolution files. They're definitely high resolution JPEGs as well. And they're
It was just
percentages.
small.
Yeah, small and small resolution. But the old saying, garbage in, garbage out, it pretty much applies when you're trying to vectorize a file also. Vector Magic does a much better job with the algorithms when it's a low resolution file than Flexi, but I'm just going to show you what Flexi can do. And if you remember, you probably don't, we did this once when I was here the first time. So, give me a little slack here. I haven't done this here. I always forget how the process goes with Flexi. But I have to take this and convert this into a bitmap before I take it into a vector. So if I come over here to bitmap, and I go to vectorize, if I do, let's try auto trace first. I'm going to try auto trace. I'm just going to bring up a little tool here. I'm just going to take that tool and lasso my P here and let go. And nothing happened. Let's see. Oh, something did happen. I just didn't see it. So what the vectorize tool did, it looked at the outer line of our P there and it vectorized it. So this file right here, if you look at this one right here, it's a little, it's not as straight, but you won't have all the pixels and all that good stuff there. But we can compare it to, we can compare this guy. Let me give it a color. One second here. What I'm trying to do is fill this with black, right? Yeah, it does, but it's not letting me fill it. Here we go. Solid fill.
It's a broken.
There we go. So when I converted it over to a vector, it automatically made it, the view was a wireframe view. So when I just took it out of wireframe view, now we can actually see the fill. The purpose of me doing this is I want to enlarge this to 12 inches. I just want to compare it to the original vector. So you can see, so you can see the issues we have with taking this guy and creating a vector versus the original vector. Doesn't do a very good job. You know, if we had a higher resolution JPEG or a higher resolution TIFF, we may have gotten much closer to this look than this right here. But you have the ability to do it. All you have to do is select it. You're coming up, well, you don't even have to select it. You're just coming up here to bitmap. You're coming up here to vectorize. And once you do the auto trace, all I need to do is come over here and select the file. I'm just looking at it here, see what this says. Noise, none, okay. Corners, normal, less, resolution. What if we do an optimal and see what happens? And then select it. That was horrible. Wow. So optimal, yeah, optimal is not good. So when you're doing the vectorizing, you know, you have some options over here that you can choose to try to make it look a lot better. But again, you know, garbage in, garbage out. You know.
If we had to go that route and it's in the vector mode, like, can we, like if we went back and that didn't have the fill, there's no fill on that, can we change that to point mode and adjust those points to
Sure,
fix it?
sure. So you can do that even with a fill on here,
With the
actually.
fill?
With the fill on here.
And you're just
So
selecting point mode?
yeah, so here I can add. Here, one of these is for adding.
Adding point?
Yeah. There's my pen tool. You guys nice and bored yet?
But you can just select like the point mode and it'll give you all the point. Okay,
Right.
there,
So you
there.
can see I
And then you
selected.
can
Yeah.
adjust.
So you can start selecting with your pen
Okay.
tool. But if you're good with the pen tool, you know you'll be able to.
If that was the
Yeah.
case. But the
You can
other
get a
ones-
lot. You can get a lot closer. But because this is your official logo, you know, of course, you need to be a lot more than just close.
Precise.
Yeah, definitely. So this is our vector. That's our vector. You know that's fine. The only thing we did was added our cut contour. And if you remember, all we did was select it. Once it was in here, we went to Effect and we went to Cut Contour. Once we selected our cut contour, and I'm not going to save this because then we'll have two of them on there because I already have that one that I separated.
That's the EPS, right?
Right. You always have to, and again, just remember, if we were just cutting this over here, if you had black vinyl, we would not have to add that cut contour. This machine will read this program as a vector-based program. But because we're going to print it and then put it back on that machine and do it through Onyx, we have to add that cut contour. So let's just say no. So now the only thing we need is come over here, and I want to save as. Save as export. Excuse me. Oops.
Before you leave this on the cut, on the, like you said, we have black over there.
No more questions.
If we just cut it instead of taking it Onyx, what do we do as far as that?
Sure. Let's do this. Really quickly. Just a few more questions, Peter.
We're gonna do lunch.